Yo, what's up with y'all boys and girls, man? Hey, it's Jay Briggs here on Sunday, May 12th, man. Money making Sunday. Y'all can hear it in my voice, man. It's been one of them weekends for me. It's been one of them ones, but it's a good one in the books. Heading home here in a little bit. It's been a hell of a trip. My Rangers are ass, okay? I'll just rip the band aid off their ass. But I ain't worried about them right now because it's playoff hockey, playoff basketball, and my other two teams are performing. Shout out the Stars. Shout out the Mavs. Y'all ain't gonna get to really hear no fandom picks today because neither one of them in action. So everything today is off the dome. I got a great crew of handicappers here with me to help break down these games, man. We got a full schedule of Major League Baseball. We got some two NBA games, and we got some National Hockey League Stanley Cup playoffs today. So let's break it down. Let's meet the guys. Y'all know who's here. Money Man Mitch. What's happening?
Coming off a rough day yesterday, but I got to say that yesterday, even putting my picks in, I didn't feel like I was dialed in and I had done my normal amount of how I've been doing my picks. And I kind of just regressed into how I'd done them the last couple of years before that when I didn't have as much success. And, lo and behold, I didn't have as much success with my picks. I did hit my play of the day, but outside of that, it was pretty much a disaster. But today I am laser focused, man. It all takes is one. You could ask any guy here. It takes one of those days, man. And you're just like, all right, man, I'm going to take, instead of taking, 4 hours, I'm going to take 8 hours, man. I'm going to go through it. I'm going to go through it again and again and again. And the ones that I like the best are the ones I'm going with. They got to fit the criteria. So today I'm dialed in. I love it, man. I'm focused.
Yes, sir. Let's do it. Ruffalo, what's happening? You know what today is, man. You missed it last weekend. He's here today for Manoa Day. What's happening?
Not a whole lot. Yeah, hopefully this start goes a little bit better than the last one did. But we'll talk about that later on. But yeah, rough day for me yesterday. Just kind of was kind of jet lagged coming home. Kind of showed in the results, but today, new day. Yeah, it's a strong way to finish the week. Yeah, I'm liking the plays today as well. Love the card as a whole, but the ones that I do like, I really do like. So yeah, I'm excited to talk about it.
Let's cook it up. Mr. Rundown, Romanelli, what's happening?
Good morning. I'm getting excited. You got Alek Manoah, Bryce Elder, Dakota Hudson all on the mound on the same day. It's called Bring a Glove to the Ballpark Day. Should be some fireworks on Sunday.
Hopefully there's some fireworks from Dakota Hudson today. I would love to see a high-scoring Rangers game before I get out of here. We'll see. Brian B, what's happening?
Oh, glad to be here. But after the worst start to a month I think I've ever had in my years of handicapping, finally back on track. 3-2 Friday, 4-1 Saturday. So hopefully I can follow it up with a 5-0 today. That's what I'm shooting for.
Let's shoot for it. Brad Francis, what's up, my guy?
What is going on, fellas? Hope everyone's doing well. Yesterday, good day of sports. Today, we have another good day of sports. So I love this time of year. I'm ready to cash in, and I think there's a lot of opportunities on the board. So can't complain.
Let's cook it up. Sean, how you doing today, my man?
Good, Jay. Yeah, it's been a good week. Talked about it yesterday. It's been a winning week, and went 3-1 yesterday. Got both the NBA games, had the under in the early one, and then had the Celtics in the later game, and got the Canes on the ice as well. So nice 3-1 day. We'll look to keep it going here today on Sunday.
Keep it rolling. Jovan, how you doing, my man?
Yeah, I'm having a decent start to the day, but as far as yesterday went, and I was saying it before, had I had one of those plus money plays, either one or both for the Colorado Rockies and the White Sox that I gave out on the show as a premium pick, yesterday would have been a better day, So basically, the selection process got out of whack, and looking to bounce back today.
Yes, sir. I don't think some of these people understand when there's a million games on the card, the selection process sometimes is like, I like this game. Does it need to be a premium? Is it a premium? And sometimes it bites you in the ass. But sometimes it breaks your way. It's just the nature of the beast. Let's bounce back today on a Sunday, though. Wayne, what's happening? How you doing today, my man?
What's going on, Jay? What's going on, Pick Dog family? I gotta be the one to say Happy Mother's Day. Definitely a ladies' man. Anybody out there missing a mother, man, stay positive. Keep pushing your family legacy, and love you to all the ladies and the mothers out there raising us men, man. As far as the card went yesterday, solid card for me, all in all. Good baseball. Stayed up late for that Lomachenko fight, so I gave that out, cashed that big 200 for Lomachenko to bounce back with the stoppage. Solid card today. Looking to discuss it with the fellas today.
Let's cook it up. Let's cook it up. Let's cook it up. 3-0 day for me yesterday. Hey, y'all know me. I call a spade a spade. April was not a great month for me. It wasn't. May has been chalky, but me, when it starts, when I'm cold, it get chalky. That usually mean there's a heater on the back end of that. 3-0 yesterday. Do we start it today? Let's see. Or do we keep it rolling today? We got some early baseball, fellas. Day baseball on a Sunday. Let's go ahead and hop right in. First game up. I think it's a great matchup to start today. We got the Arizona Diamondbacks and the Baltimore O's. Zach Gallen and Dean Kramer on the mound. That's a really good pitching matchup. Then we got the Cubs and the Pirates, and we got the Nationals and the Red Sox. As we usually do here on this show, Money Man Mitch, best leadoff hitter on the planet, batting 1,000.
Gonna try to be. Yeah, I lost on all these guys yesterday. The Nationals, I don't even know how the hell they lost that game. They're pretty much ass. Well, I know how they lost is that you throw a meatball to Devers late in the game. Guys on base, you're going to pay the price, and that's exactly what happened there. And the Nationals certainly are a better team than they've shown. Of course, Bayo makes his return today for the Red Sox. So, I'll have to see what he's got in store. It's been a while since we've seen him. And, the thing is, the game that he went out after, he was pitching really well. It comes in 3.04 ERA. So he's walked 7 batters. I don't like a lot of walks. We know that. Mackenzie Gore, and this guy's been feast or famine as well for the Nationals. So I don't know, man. I think it's a lean to the Nationals here. I just think they're the better team. I love the Cubs, believe it or not, against the Pirates. They absolutely annihilate lefties, and Bailey Falter, I think, has few answers that's going to stop that. I could see the Cubs putting up 10 runs in the first 3 or 4 innings in this game. I would like the first 5 over. I like the Yerfy. I like the Cubs over team total. I like the Cubs run line -3.5, 5.5, whatever you want to do. All day. I think this is one of those 11-1 type games. And then I like Zach Gallen on the road in Baltimore. I know the Diamondbacks once again gave it up, the bullpen late in the game against the Orioles. They've played this series so hard. I mean, they've deserved – well, you can't say they deserve better. Let's say I deserved better yesterday than what I ended up getting with the Diamondbacks. But I think, Jay will criticize Zach Gallen on the road. I would take Zach Gallen on the road over 99% of all the other pitchers out there at home, road, or anywhere else, man. I'll take the Diamondbacks here. I think that Gallen takes it home. I think they get to Kramer. A little bit of Mitch frustration they take out on him.
See if they can get it done. Los Serpientes. Ruffalo, what you like here, man? This slap, my man.
I like the over in that Cubs Pirates matchup. Like Mitch said, the Cubs are just doing damage against lefties on the road, and I've never been a Bailey Falter fan to begin with. In his career, he's got an ERA over 10 in 3 starts against the Cubs. But Kyle Hendricks just been terrible on the road this season. I think even the Pirates can get to him for a few runs here. I think this one gets into the 9-10 run range easily. Maybe even in the first 5.
Question. If you can criticize Falter or for his or you criticize like what they've done against the Cubs or whatever and all that other stuff, but you can't look at Hendricks, who's the Cubs are like 11-1 in the games that he's played against Pittsburgh. So it's like there's the other side of it. You got. I mean, even me, who loves to beat people up, I mean, even I'll say, yeah, Jason Tatum scored 33 points yesterday. Yeah, he was straight ass. I mean, he shot like 4% from the floor. He just took a million shots, right? I mean, actually, Brown had significantly better numbers.
9-13 with a 3.59 ERA in his career against the Pirates. So
yeah, but in his last 10, he's like 8-1 or 8-2 or something, right? In the last 10. Whatever. Anyways, your turn. It's your turn. I'm gonna walk away.
I think the Cubs are the side. I'm just saying. I just think that the Pirates can get some runs off of Hendricks, and I lean towards the Nationals, maybe even the under in that game. I know this is a Brian Bayo program, but yeah, I still think it's just the values with the Nationals. It's hard to get behind the Red Sox, so I'm gonna take the Nationals. I'm gonna take the under in that one as well.
There you go, Romanelli.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Diamondbacks on the money line. You know, I'm similar with Mitch. You know, it's been a frustrating series with Arizona. I've been on them on the rundown in the first two games. They had their chances, especially yesterday. But you know, Gallen, while we do worry about his numbers on the road, he had a really good bounce back start on the road in that last game against the Reds at very tough hitter friendly ballpark, Great American. 6 innings, 6 strikeouts, only the 1 base hit. And, you know, Dean Kramer, he's had his issues at Camden Yards, an ERA above 6 there, I believe, so far this year. And even last year, he had, steeper numbers in terms of the ERA at home. So I think Arizona's got a shot here. We're getting a really good price. I mean, how many times are you going to get this kind of price with Zach Gallen? So I'll take advantage of it.
I'm muted. Brian.
Nope, definitely I like what Romanelli had to say, but if I had to pick for a free pick out of these three, I think I'll go with the Chicago Cubs here. Bailey Falter, nice start to the season, but over his last 10 and a third, he's given up 8 runs. I think Cubs bounce back from yesterday's loss, get a W.
Brad.
Yeah, I'm going to roll with the Orioles here. Look, Arizona, they made it to the World Series last year, I understand, but they were a middle-of-the-pack team last season, and I think they're a middle-of-the-pack team this season. And now we're getting the Orioles at a decent price at home, 8-2 in their last 10. I'll take the better team. I'll take the team with more momentum. Zach Gallen is good, don't get me wrong, but it's a 9-inning game. I think Baltimore opens this one up late. And then I'll roll with the Nationals. I rolled with them yesterday. They lost. It's unfortunate, but I still think they're the better team. I do these as like a 50-50 game with this pitching matchup, but I'll take the Nationals here. Most profitable team in baseball, and you're getting plus money. So give me the Orioles and give me the Nats.
Sure.
Yeah, and these three, I like the under in the Nats Red Sox game. Obviously, the under's been great in Boston games here lately. 10-1 their last 11. Last 7 days, Washington's 27th in OPS, Boston's 29th. So neither team's hitting. We've only seen 12 runs in the first 2 games in this series. We get a pretty good pitching matchup here today. I know the total's been shaded a little low here at 7.5, but I'll stick under that total. I think at worst we get a 4-3 type game.
Jovan.
Yeah, I'm on the Nats. Yesterday, watched that. Well, I walked in and turned on the game, Red Sox game, and saw Rafi Devers, at bat, and saw the situation and tried to get a bet in, but couldn't get it before he hit that that liner over old boy's head to left. So it was just one of those things where lost the money with the Nationals yesterday, but I'm right back with them, behind Mackenzie Gore, and Brian Bay, who's coming off the IL stint, so you don't know what you're gonna get out of him. I'm anticipating him giving up a few runs, somewhere in the 3 to 4 range, and then looking for the Red Sox bullpen to falter.
Wayne.
Yeah, I'm with you guys. Everybody who says Chicago, I definitely agree. Don't have no money on it, but at the same time, I think a lot of people are coming out here looking at Kyle Hendricks' numbers, are looking to fade them, but he's playing some pretty stiff competition. And both of these pitchers have been trash, but Bailey Falter has been trash against bad competition. And as Mitch stated, Chicago's just been hot with the bats, especially against left-handed pitching, and I just don't expect the Pirates to bat like they did yesterday. I expect them to bat like they have in the last 10, which hasn't been good. As far as the Arizona-Baltimore game, I like the over, man. I think a lot of people's favorite guys on the mound, Zach Gallen. I think a lot of people are looking at this under. Trends tell you under with the last 10 that they've played. Trends tell you under with the last 10 just in general against each other. But Zach Gallen's been trash on the road, straight booty juice in his day road splits. And Kramer on the other side of that, he's a guy that can give up 4 to 5 runs. Even on a good day, he's going to give up 2 to 3. And I think they chip away at these bullpens and we get an over 8. That's the line I got on that one. And the Washington-Boston, it's a tough one. I like Boston, but I don't love the number, so they won't get a brown penny from me. Boston has smacked them 7-3 in their last 10. Boston's batting better, and I don't like Mackenzie Gore for Washington. I've been all over Washington. I just don't love this spot for him.
Fair enough. I'm on the O's. I'm on Baltimore. Mitch alluded to it, man. I'm a Gallen guy. I've been a Gallen guy the last 2 seasons, but until I get like back-to-back solid road starts from him, I can't trust him on the road. Just can't. It's hard for me to trust him on the road. 4 of his 5 starts this season have been on the road, and they only won 1 of them, bro. Like, it's been that bad for him. And Kramer, when you look at like his complete body of work, like last, you know what I mean? At home is where Kramer, they usually play well behind Kramer at home. Like he's a winner at home. His numbers aren't the best either. I'm not trying to sell you a dream on Kramer. Y'all know I usually like to bash his ass, but he has won his last 3 starts. His last outing was a really, really, really good outing against the Cincinnati Reds. In good form. See if they can keep it rolling. Y'all know I love me some Los Serpientes. Gallen is my guy, but on the road, I look to fade him. I want to take Bayo and the Red Sox, but the Nationals are just one of them teams where it's like, unless I have a clear and concise reason to fade them when they're dogs, I'm really not going to do so. Like they're the most profitable team in baseball for a reason. I don't like the matchup for them today, so I'm not looking to bet them today, but I want to take Boston here with my guy Bayo. Everybody knows I'm a Bayo guy, but I think Javon hit it best. I really don't know what I'm getting from Bayo coming off the IL. So kind of a stay away game for me. Small lean on the Red Sox, but I don't know if I'm betting it. And I'll join everybody with the Cubbies. Give me the Cubbies. Kyle Hendricks ass, but so is Bailey Falter. The Pirates did get a dub yesterday after Skeen's start. You know, I don't know. That's not one of my favorite games today, but the Cubs should get that done. So the one I like the most in this slot, though, is Baltimore. Let's keep it rolling. We got the Blue Jays and the Twins. That was a crazy game yesterday. I just so happened to be at the bar and watched that game next to the Mavs game. Wow. Gausman. I texted him to chat Gausman so ass. And then here come the Blue Jays bats roaring back. We got the Astros and the Tigers, and we got the Yankees and the Reds. Hey, man, I'm Team Manoa over here. Everybody knows that, man. Home dog, sign me up. I'm on the Blue Jays, man. The Twins, they reared their ugly head yesterday, and we know what happens when they lose an ugly game like that. They usually got a couple more coming back the other way. They've been hot in the last month or so, you know. I'll give them credit. I ain't hating on them. You got to give them credit where credit is due. They're a streaky team, though. When you lose a game in that fashion like that, I'm usually not rushing to back you the next day. I'm just not. Manoa, his last start wasn't his best. This is not a premium style game. But I'm Team Manoa with Chris. Y'all know that. And I think today's a better bounce back outing for my guy. I'll take a shot with the Blue Jays at the plus money home dog. Tigers, Flaherty. Y'all know I love fading Houston, but I don't know if I'm really signing up to do this today. Verlander on the mound. I feel like Verlander really gives them their best chance to win, even though he's like 50 at this point. There's still so much value in fading Houston. That's my story. I'm sticking to it. The Tigers are the better team. They've been the better team all season. Dogs at home for the value. I like them there. And then y'all know me, man. When I see Tampa at home against the Yanks, that's usually where they show up. It's kind of an auto bet. They've been playing well in this homestand for the most part that they've been in. back to 500 after a rough start to the season. I'll lean on Tampa Bay at home, at the crib, fading Lou Gill. I think he's due for some aggression. So that's what I like in these three. Mitch, what you like in here?
I'm fading Manoah's ass. I'm taking the Twins. I'm going to lay a bunch of runs in this thing. Bailey Ober had a really bad first start of the year. He allowed 8 runs over a short amount of time, and that's still weighing on his overall numbers and just creating just so much value on him. Reasonably bad outing where he allowed 4 runs, but outside of that, he's been an absolute monster. So basically, 80% chance he's going to be a monster here, and he doesn't need to be against Manoah, who's straight ass. The Twins bullpen has not been great, but it's not like the Blue Jays bullpen has been anything special either, man. They're straight ass as well. Their closer is really good, but what are the odds of them getting to him? Zip. I like the Twins in this one. Easy money. I think same thing with the Astros against the Tigers. Javier got absolutely blitzed yesterday to start the game. I mean, he got crushed. It was like, well, maybe this isn't going to be that bad. Grand slam. It was like, and it was one of those. And then the next guy up hits another home run. That's always the salt in the wound. Or it was a 2-run homer and 2 batters later, something like that. It was a lot of home runs and a lot of runs in a hurry. But the thing is, Justin Verlander comes in, notoriously slow starter to the beginning of the season, but he's also makes $43.3 million per year, and he is labeled as a stopper. This is what stoppers do. They stop the bleeding, man. They start the winning. They do all those things. Justin Verlander, man, this is where he lives, man, in Detroit, where he made it all happen. He goes into the Hall of Fame. He's going in as a Tiger. We all know that, man.
He's 41 now.
What's that?
I said he's 41 years old. I think he's a little bit. I think he should start to show, how it's going to be the rest of the year. I think he's kind of lost it. So
okay, he's lost it.
He's 41 years old. That arm's pretty old for Verlander.
Well, then I've lost it a long time ago. But the thing is that I think that Verlander, once again, he's had one bad outing this year at all. Last time out against the Yankees. Verlander, a guy traditionally in his career, not a guy that strings together 7 runs allowed outings. He's just not that type of guy. And in Detroit, where basically, like I said, he's going into the Hall of Fame wearing a Tigers hat, man. This is his stadium. This is where he made it happen. These are his people. Believe me, he's going to get a round of applause, and it's going to be a monster day, man. It's going to be vintage Verlander here. I expect to see a complete game shutout of Justin Verlander in this game, and he's going to say, fuck you, Bittler, after the game.
No
Any comments?
way.
Yeah,
Wow.
Fuck you, Bittler. That's
Zero
what's gonna
chance
happen.
of a shutout.
This went from dramatic to General Hospital in about 10 seconds.
No, that's how we live, Ron. Well, welcome to the morning show here at Pig Dogs. Anyways,
Thank you, man.
and the Tampa Bay Rays just continue to battle it out. Heel is one of my guys because he walks a ton of batters, man. When he's wild, he's wild. This guy is Luke LaRouche, man, from Bull Durham. It's either a strikeout or a walk every single time, man. It is an event. This guy's on the mound in the Rays, a patient team that lives off of other teams' mistakes traditionally. I expect them to get the best of the Yankees in this one as well.
I think you're up a spot, Mitch.
No, Jay said Rays, Yankees. He did Rays, Yankees.
I thought it was Twins and Houston game and Phillies.
It was originally, but he switched out. It was Jays, Twins, Yankees, Rays, because Jay went first. He went Yankees, Rays.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah, they're the same.
Same time as the Marlins and the Phillies. It's the same time, but Jay went Yankees, Rays instead. It caught me by surprise too. But the thing is, Wayne, I'm always ready, man. I'm always ready.
There.
Right here.
Yes, sir. Stay ready so you ain't got to get ready, man.
Exactly, man. This is what we do. 24 hours, man. You can wake me up in the middle of the night. I can tell you, man.
I need Chris to tell me if he's taking Manoah. That's what I need to know. Tell me, Roof. Talk to me. Is today the bounce back day, or is he getting shit?
I'm taking the over today in that game, honestly. The problem with Manoah in that first start was that they left him in too long. He was okay through 3 innings. He gave up 2 runs. He gave up, a couple of hits. He struggled with the walk. And that's been the problem with Manoah since, going back to last year. So he's had issues with control. And that's not something that you can do against this Minnesota Twins team that, they could get on him early. I mean, disciplined. They've been hitting well over the course of this little winning streak they've been on, 16-3 in their last 19 or something like that. So I think they can get to Manoah for a few runs here and, get to the Blue Jays bullpen as well. But Toronto, they picked up some offense yesterday as well. And Ober's been notorious for, being a strike thrower, but also putting a couple, pitches right down the heart of the plate. And I think Toronto can get some offense as well here. I'm surprised this line's open at 8.5. I thought it was going to be 9.5 at the open, but I'll take the over 8.5 all day. I lean towards Houston. They're starting to heat up. I think it's going to be a lot easier.
Bailey Ober has given up 2 home runs in his last 6 starts.
There are 9 games under 500 heating up. Oh my God. I'm sorry. I used to hate it.
I don't see the right down the middle of the plate that you're talking about.
Well, over the course of his career, it's been a pattern. It's not something that just goes away. And you're always liable to give up a home run anytime you take the mound. So 2 home runs, great. Could see at least a third today.
That's what she said.
Yeah, I guess it makes sense. Yeah,
home run every time you take the mound.
Yeah.
It could be. It's a reach.
Crickets. Wrong one.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Houston in that one. A lot easier, I think, for Houston to get to Flaherty than it will be for Detroit to get to Verlander. So those are the 2 I like in this slot.
Yeah, I didn't get to Dustin earlier. Dustin, baseball is the worst sport to do that in, fam. It's the worst sport. Betting favors in baseball, you're gonna lose your ass. You're gonna lose it. So I didn't get back to that. But yeah. Baseball is the dogs, man. I know Ramonelli finna give me a dog. Talk to him.
No, he's not. He's going to give you an over in the Tigers-Astros game. I agree with Bittler. Verlander has lost his way. 7 earned runs, 3 bombs in that last game. But, yes, that was the only bad start on paper. But we were starting to see the signs. I mean, even the previous game against the Guardians, had the 3 walks, gave up the bomb, only had the 2 strikeouts. He is a stopper in the rotation, but I just don't think he's that guy anymore. And the Tigers have really improved offensively against righties in the last few weeks or so.
Terrible.
Jack Flaherty has pitched well this year, and I think he'll pitch okay. But we got to remember he's faced a really weak strength of schedule. At the beginning of the season, it was White Sox, Athletics. Then he faced the Twins when they were going through their big struggles. The Rays, Cardinals, Guardians, nothing like the Houston Astros, in my opinion. So I think the Astros will find some offense on him as well. I think the Tigers win the game in the end, but I like the over.
Cosby, shut up. We know you on them dogs. Ramonelli with an over. Sexy pick. Brian.
I got to say, I love everything Ron Romanelli just said. He's 100% correct in my opinion. But as far as my game goes, I'm going to take the under in the Twins Blue Jays. I think Bailey Ober had a rough start early on, like Mitch talked about, but Ober's been pretty consistently good. I think Alek Manoah, his career's on the line here. I also like the Toronto Blue Jays here on the money line. They're much better than their multiple game under 500 record indicates. I think Toronto gets it done on the money line, but I really like the under 8.5 here.
There you go. Brad.
Yeah, I'm definitely fading Alek Manoah in this spot. Give me the Twins all day. Give me the Yurfie, and then give me the over as well. So first we got Alex Manoah. I think he gets hit up. And then we got the Jays bullpen coming in, who ranks dead last in bullpen ERA. So I think the Twins absolutely just go off on this team. I can see this being a fun one where both teams score, but I trust that Minnesota pitching staff way more than the Blue Jays. And then, give me the Tigers in this spot. Look, on paper, it looks like Houston is a better team, but I mean, they're a 14-25 team still, the second least profitable team in the league. This team's trash. I don't know why they are. On paper, it looks like they should be good, but for some reason they can't get together. So the fact that I'm not laying any juice with the Astros these days. Give me the Tigers all day.
Sean.
Yeah, I hate to go against Ron here, but I like what Mitch is selling here with the Verlander complete game shutout. I like the under in that Tigers-Astros game. Detroit, 8 runs yesterday, exploded offensively, but they're going to have to show it to me back-to-back days here because they're still 23rd in home OPS this season. Astros, different team on the road. They don't hit on the road. I don't see this game getting over the total here. Jack Flaherty crazy good numbers through 7 starts. I mean, I think we were all lined up to bet against him at the start of the season, but 299 FIP, 105 WHIP. Like, he's pitching well. And we're 7 starts in, so he's got good numbers against the current Astros lineup. They've got 7 hits off him in 36 at bats, only 2 extra base hits. I think he keeps them quiet here today. I think this one stays under 7.5 runs. Might even be able to get it at 8.
There you go, Javon.
Yeah, I'm on Minnesota. Crazy game yesterday.
Crazy.
Minnesota thought they had it in the bag and they let it slip. It is what it is. It's baseball. But I expect them to bounce back in this one. I'm one of those guys. I've faded Alex Manoah, in the past. And whenever I see him, I see dollar signs. I also like the over in this game. I just think it's a continuation of yesterday. Bullpens are pretty taxed on both sides. And, you get to Alec Manoah on the second time around, not the third time around, but the second time around, and you're going to get to him. So they get to that bullpen, I think it's a wrap. So Minnesota and over.
Wayne.
Yeah, I'm with you guys on the Twins. Yeah, we're going to come on here and say we're fading Alec Manoah, but the Twins have just been playing a better baseball. They're solid off a loss. They're solid as a road favorite. They're hitting much better, and they obviously have the better pitcher. I'm just going to take the Twins in that one. This Houston-Detroit game, I like Houston, man. Detroit's just a team that I don't trust their batting. They're a team that win with good pitching, normally getting only 3 to 4 runs a game, and that I think they just don't have the pitcher to get it done today. I like Houston in that spot, and Phillies, auto fade the Marlins until otherwise.
All right, next slot, Wayne. I'm gonna come back to you in this slot. We got those Marlins and Phillies. We got the Guardians, White Sox, Cardinals, Brewers. How many games left? 1, 2, 3. All right, yeah, we got those 3: Phillies, Marlins, Guardians, White Sox, Cardinals, Brewers.
Man, I'm gonna roll with this hot Brewers team, man. They've been waxing the shit out of St. Louis.
You love the Brewers. You love them.
Man, and they play well. They're playing well too. So it's like they got to give me a reason to stay off them or to fade them, and it just is not a spot that I see as a reason to stay off them. Yeah, the numbers not the greatest, getting starting to creep up, but at the same time, I feel like they can come out here and smash the Cardinals. The Cardinals are just not a team that I show much respect, and I like laying money against the Cardinals. And
I agree with you there. I can't disagree.
And as I said, I don't fade the Marlins until otherwise.
There you go. Javon, what you like in this slot?
Yeah, the only play I'm giving out is the Philadelphia Phillies. Pull out the extendo clip. You could do whatever you want with it. I'll start at -2.5, but you could get up there to 3.5, 4.5, maybe up to 5.5. As far as I'm concerned, the Phillies are crushing lefties. 327 in the last 5. Overall, they're 274 against left-handed pitching. So it just makes for a lot of runs. That the other side, the Marlins, are going to give up. With Braxton Garrett on the mound, and then once you get to the bullpen, it's more runs over there too. So take the over as well, because I think the Phillies are going to pound the Marlins from start to finish.
Sean.
Yeah, I'm with Wayne here. I think we got to fade the Cardinals again. They're just a mess. Maybe the most disappointing team in baseball right now. 7 straight losses. Miles Michaelis is awful this year. Brewers have already seen him once, and they lit him up once. This Cards offense, they haven't scored more than 5 runs in a game since April. Just bad team right now. I think we're getting a decent price with the Brewers here, laying about -140 in this one. We'll go Milwaukee.
Brett, talk to me.
Yeah, I'm on the same thing as all these guys. I feel you, Jovan. Pull out the extendo clip for the Phillies. I see an 8-2 type game. Also like the over in that one. I can see about being low scoring in the start of it, but once that Marlins bullpen gets activated, this Phillies lineup should just have a field day. So loving the Phillies there. And then, I'm on the Brewers as well. This team just does its job. They win money, second most profitable team in baseball, and they're playing a Cardinals team who's 1-9 in their last 10. It's actually a pretty fair price when you think about this matchup and how these teams have been playing. So give me the Brewers all day.
Brew Crew for Brad. Brian.
I hate to go against Jovan and some of the other guys here, but I think the Miami Marlins plus the 1.5 for the play. Braxton Garrett, 13 strikeouts in his rehab performance. I just don't think Zach Wheeler's a minus 240 pitcher, and the Philadelphia Phillies have played weak competition. That's why I think the Phillies are like the biggest bandwagon play on the board today. So for me, I'm agreeing with Mitch. Maybe I better go in the Phillies. But now for me, I think the Miami. I think you got to take the Marlins here.
Man, Brian and Mitch agreeing, man. Is it snowing?
Zach Wheeler's pitching, man. This guy pays for all this shit. It's like he's the best, man.
World. In what world?
Zach Wheeler pays for all this shit. I mean, that's really the name of the game, man.
Fair enough.
This is the type of game that Wheeler has a clunker, but what do I know?
He doesn't need a clunker. Wheeler can throw a one-hitter. It could be a solo shot home run, and he finds a way to lose. If it wasn't for bad luck, he'd have no luck whatsoever. He is Luis Castillo reincarnated.
Yeah. Romanelli, what you thinking of this slap, my man?
Which Luis Castillo, the one that dropped the ball from the Yankees walk-off win?
No,
But
Luis
I'm going to
Castillo, who pitches for the Mariners, who seems to have a 2.3 ERA every year with like a 6-19 record.
Yeah, right. No matter what team he's on, even if he's on a postseason team. But I think this is a really not great time slot. I would lean towards the Guardians on the run line. I know it's not very attractive with how they're playing in this series, but the White Sox really struggling against lefties. I think if there was a spot for Logan Allen to bounce back, this would be the spot. And with Soroka on the other side, I think the Guardians do have a big day offensively, kind of have a breakout day after some sluggish performances. But I'll lean towards Cleveland, and that's about it. That's all I like.
Ruffalo.
Yeah, I'm going to lean towards the White Sox there. For whatever reason, they've just been playing better in this series, and they've already hit Logan Allen hard once in the earlier meeting this season. Granted, the Guardians also got to Mike Soroka, but the White Sox have just been able to provide value in this series. They've won each of the first 3 games of this set. All of a sudden, the White Sox have won 4 straight and 6 of 8. So I'll take a shot on the White Sox here, and I'm gonna go with the Brewers as well. Purely a fade of Miles Michaelis, just brutal. He's got an ERA over 7 at home, ERA well over 5 on the road. Bryce Wilson's not my favorite option in this Brewers rotation, but I still think that the bats are just going to be too much with the Brewers for Michaelis to slow down here. So give me the Brewers as well.
Mitch.
You know that Logan Allen over his last 3 starts has an ERA more than double Michael Soroka's over his last 3 starts, with Logan Allen checking in over 9, an ungodly 9.24 ERA over his last 3 starts, man. He has been absolute batting practice, while Soroka, an impressive 4.40, headed into the right direction. The thing about Soroka is he's basically allowed 2 runs a game, man, for most of the games. Last time he allowed 4, but he's definitely improving. This is a guy who's a number 3 overall draft choice. He's working his way back into the system. I mean, the White Sox gave up Bummer for him, so it's like you got to think that they really believe in what he can do. Now, I think that the White Sox are kind of finding themselves. We know they have the most potent batting order in baseball today, and even without Robert in the lineup, I know that the White Sox can still continue to batter teams the way we've seen them do recently as they make their ascent towards the top of the American League Central. I think it's a cruise control game for the White Sox. I'll lay a 1.5 there on the reverse run line there. I think with the Marlins, I think this one's just straight money. You just take the plus 205 all day, or like Brian said, which I mean, you circle it, man. May 12th, 2024. We strongly agree on the same thing here. Take the 1.5 with the Marlins. Zach Wheeler, man, gets involved in more of these 2-1 games, man, 2-0, 3-0, games than anybody. When you pitch in the number 1 spot in the rotation, you're always up against the other team's number 1, and that's so it only makes sense. Same thing with Castillo, and Wheeler and Castillo are kind of like they're 1As, right? They're not like a real number 1. It's not like Clayton Kershaw in his prime or anything, right? I mean, he's Zach Wheeler. So the thing is that, I think he can be had, and I think the Phillies bullpen can be had, and I think Braxton Garrett can keep the Marlins in this. He has really good grade A stuff when he's healthy. We haven't seen the Marlins at full strength or anywhere close to it. I mean, last year they were a playoff team. This year's pitching staff has been their AAA squad. I mean, that's really been the problem. It all started with Sandy, right? And just has gone on. Everybody spent time on the injured list. And this is the first time we've even seen Braxton Garrett this year. Look for him to make absolute mincemeat of this Phillies overrated, overpaid roster. Guide the Marlins to a healthy win. I think you parlay the Marlins and the White Sox here as well.
I'm joining you. I'm just going to take Marlins plus the 1.5. I know I bash the Marlins every day. They are a poverty franchise.
Yikes.
They're no longer the money Marlins.
Whoa.
Yeah, I know, man.
It's a process. They got a new general manager. They're building. Break it down.
They were my guys last year, though. That was my team. All my guys hurt now this year. Luzardo, Sandy. Damn. Traded a Rise. It's not the same team. They're just not the same team. But I will agree with you, though. I sit here on these shows. I don't even know how many we've done at this time. And sometimes you're just right, man. Sometimes Mitch is just right. He'd be right about Gals.
Once every 7 months.
He'd be right about Gals, man. He'd be right about Wheeler, man. And it's just is. I've seen it happen too many times to where, like he says, Wheeler have the nice game. He is pitching well. I'm not trying to tell y'all he's not.
No, he's never not pitched well, man. That's never been the problem.
Yep. It's the Phillies just don't love backing him up, is what it seems like.
They hate him.
So I think all the value in that game is on the Marlins. If you got the bankroll and the stomach to do it, I think taking Marlins money line is worth a shot. It's worth a shot.
Back on August 2nd of 2023, Braxton Garrett faced off against Zach Wheeler. It was all Marlins in that one.
I'm on
this is the rematch.
I'll join you guys with the Brew Crew too. I'm just on that fade the Cardinals train. I've been on that train all season. They be priced like they're a good team in baseball, and I say the same thing every show. Show me, Cardinals. Show me that you're a good team. Until then, your ass, and I'm fading you. It's just that simple.
How about last night giving up the run line there? That was beautiful.
They just find ways to lose, man.
But Goldschmidt actually ended. Sean was all over Goldschmidt yesterday, and Goldschmidt got the hit. And on the screen, they put the graphic up. First hit in last 93 at bats or whatever. It was like
they were watching the show.
Yeah, I think so. It was 92 at bats, right? He hadn't gotten a hit. Something like crazy like that.
He was 0 for May.
Yeah, it was 0 for May. His first hit in May.
Crazy. We got my Texas Rangers going up against the unbeatable Rockies, man. That's what it seems like in this damn series. We got the Reds and the Giants, and we got the Royals and the Angels. I'll start. Rangers are not a premium today. I'm going to tell y'all that. They're not a premium. They busted up my for the city parlay yesterday. To give up 6 in the 7th or whatever it was, it's disgusting. I was at the game, but I left early to get to the Stars game on time. So I left right before. When I left, we were winning. And then the bullpen happened. Romanelli, Mitch, and Chris, they've been trying to preach to me about this Rangers bullpen all season long. I don't be wanting to hear it. But there is some validity to what they be saying. I just be preaching about our offense. Our offense is still the best in the American League. They haven't showed up here in Coors, which is mind-boggling. But if I'm playing this thing today, expecting the Rockies to win 4 games in a row, and no, that's not happening. It's not happening. Minus 150. I know it's a bullpen game. Urania, he's okay. You know what I mean? He's not ass. He's not good either. Hey, I'm a homer. Y'all know that. I'm on my Rangers. Short, sweet, simple. Frankie Montas don't do it for me. And let's see. Seth Lugo. I can back Seth Lugo. He's been pitching well. Is he due for some regression? Most definitely he due for some regression. We know he ain't this damn good. But I'll roll with the Royals here, man. It's really no reason not to. Is how I see this game. Bounce back game. They are the better team. Angels, they playing okay. Won 3 of their last 5, but more often than not, they're a fade. Give me Seth Lugo and the Kansas City Royals. Mitch.
I like the Royals here. I've gotten roasted on this series. Both first games, I gave out the run line on Friday, and they only won by 1. And then last night, they just got the shit beat out of them.
Facts, Jay, man. Facts. It's always the Rangers. It's always them.
But Rangers-Rockies, I still think the Rangers come around in this one. I know they haven't played well, but I don't think it's time to give up. I think Jose Urena, I think the altitude is what he needs. I think it's just a perfect scenario for him pitching at Coors. He's that kind of pitcher. He has that kind of stuff, and I think that it's possible. It's possible that the Rockies get sick of rounding the bases, and also they could hurt their neck by looking when they go out of the dugout to do this. So I think that's probably their best case scenario. What was the other game here?
Giants Reds.
Yeah.
Giants Reds. Yeah, Giants for me in this one. The Giants always lose their first game back from, I said this on yesterday's show. They seem to always lose that first game back from the road trip. And then yesterday was Mason Black, large and in charge against this Reds team, which has really been swinging the bats, but just not hitting the baseball. So I'm going to go with the Giants once again in this one. And I think this is probably easy money.
Ruffalo.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Royals again as well. It burned me yesterday, but Seth Lugo, pitched really well on the road, a sub-1 ERA. Patrick Sandoval, just probably my least favorite starter in this Angels rotation, and I think that the Royals can get it done here. Lugo just keeps finding a way to get out of jams, and I think he does it again here. I'm also going to take the over in that Rangers-Colorado game. Lean towards the Rangers, if anything, but Jose Urena in the altitude. Oh boy, yeah. Give me the over in that one.
Romanelli, do I need to skip you, or are you finna bash my Rangers? Tell me.
Well, I gotta know, who is your favorite starter in that Angels rotation, Chris?
Whoever's making me money. It's pretty much all of them are right now.
Griffin Canning. It's Canning. You don't let him lie to you. It's Canning.
Canning. Reed Detmers is starting to fall off. That's a nice sight as well.
Because I would say Sandoval is probably the best option in the rotation.
Yeah, but I've been able to fade him plenty and still make money.
There you go. Anyway, and in case somebody didn't pick up on Mitch's sarcasm, Jose Urena is not a good altitude pitcher. He pitched with the Rockies for 2 seasons.
Talking about since when?
Had a combined 3-12 record, an ERA above 5 in 2022, and then he doubled it in 23 with a 9.82. So just
that's not easy to do. That's not easy to do.
That's why I lean towards the over in that Rockies game. Even though Coors Field totals overs are as square as you can get, I still think it makes sense here with how poorly Dakota Hudson has pitched this season. Urena has pitched well. He's limited in sharp contact, but now back at Coors, I think the Rockies get to him. They're playing their best baseball of the season, arguably. They just won their first series. So I'll take the over there. I like the Giants on the money line against Cincinnati. The Reds really struggling against left-handed pitching. Harrison pitched well in that last game at Coors, and he's in great form. The Giants have won each of his last 5 starts, earning strikeouts, limited sharp contact, only 1 home run his last 5 games. So I like San Francisco. And then I like the Angels on the money line and the under in the first 5 innings in that Royals-Angels game. Lugo, like Jay said, has pitched really well. I do worry about the regression. The expected numbers are not very good because he just seems to get himself in a lot of jams. He gave up the back-to-back home runs that last game. I do think the Angels can find a few runs on him early, still get this game under the first 5 because Sandoval's been lights out recently, and the Royals have really struggled against lefties. So I think we see a lower scoring game. And the Angels bullpen, believe it or not, while it's been a disaster the last decade, actually has the better expected numbers compared to Kansas City so far this year. So I'm going to go with the Angels.
There you go. Here's a question I think is a good question for you, Ron. From a guy who just started betting baseball, what's more important, a starting pitcher or a bullpen?
You got to use them both. You got to see which teams' bullpens are pitching well, not pitching well, and who's available is also really key. You could have a great bullpen, but if you used all your top relievers in back-to-back days, teams this early in the season are not going to use their relievers 3 straight days. So, we sometimes see managers not really manage that bullpen too well, and they leave themselves exposed. We've seen that with Carlos Mendoza. I don't know how many times this season with the Mets where he uses Diaz and Garrett and Ottavino all in the same back-to-back stretch, And the Mets are just like, oh, hopefully we're up by 10 by the end of the 5th inning, or we're not going to win this game at all. So you got to keep track of that.
There you go. Appreciate the answer. Brian Beat, talk to me, my man. What you liking this slot?
As per usual, I really agree with most of what Ron Romanelli said, my junior sharp here. I think I like the Colorado Rockies Texas Rangers over, which definitely is not a sharp play at all. But Jose Urena, I can't believe he's still pitching in the big leagues. And I think the Rangers can put up some offense on Colorado here. So I like the over. And then Royals and Angels, I think Seth Lugo definitely due for a regression. He's definitely not the pitcher that we've seen, a 5-1, 1.74 ERA. Patrick Sandoval, probably the best arm the Angels have over his career. He's around a 3 ERA. I think he's going to be on an upswing while Lugo goes on a downswing. Give me the Angels on the money line.
Brett.
Yeah, I mean, this Texas series, when Jay Briggs told me he was coming in town, I was like, all right, I'm going to ride them this weekend and see how it goes. And it's been working out absolutely terrible for me. But I'm going to give it one last try. I just don't see the Rockies winning 3 straight against the Rangers. So take the Rangers, but tread lightly there. And then I am liking the under in that Kansas City Angels game. You know, Seth Lugo has looked great, as you guys all said. I think he is due for some regression as well. But, you know, I think he can still get the job done. And I think he's still very serviceable with what he's shown so far this year. And I like Patrick Sandoval as well. So I think we see a low-scoring, scrappy game. And then, yeah, it's going to do it for this time slot. Give me the Rangers and then the under in the Royals-Angels game.
For sure. Sean, talk to me.
I hate to do it, Jay, but I think your Rangers are getting swept here today.
It might happen. It really wouldn't.
The thing is, it's a long season. You know, you got Texas here. This is the end of a 10-game road trip. They're back at it tomorrow, back home. They've got a pretty manageable couple series at home coming up, starting with Cleveland tomorrow. And Jose Urena, he's on his 6th team since 2020. I mean, that's bad. So, and like Ron was saying, he's already pitched for Colorado. He struggled here at Coors Field. Rockies are actually, we talked about this yesterday when I picked the Rockies, they're actually hitting right now. They're 2nd in baseball in OPS over the last 7 days. So, whereas the Rangers are kind of middle of the pack right now over that same stretch in that same category. So, you know, I think everybody's going to line up and bet the Rangers here today to avoid the sweep angle. I think the Rockies are just playing better right now. And I don't think it's a long season. I don't think the Rangers, I mean, they're not going to lose sleep over if they happen to get swept here in this interleague series. So I'll take a shot with the Rockies here today, plus money.
For sure, Sean. I get it. I do. I thought you spoke about that pretty well. So Vaughn, I know you love fading my Rangers. You fading them today too?
I mean, I faded them yesterday. You know, I wish I would have had it at premium, but that's another story. But for that game, I would say the over's worth a shot. You know, you got Jose Urena, old friend. You know, old teammate of theirs, of the Rockies. You know, in his career, that's a team he's really known for. You know, coming out of. So, you know, I know he's been a journeyman the last few years, but really he shouldn't even be in the league. So I expect, him to, give up some runs in high altitude. On the other side, Dakota Hudson, you already know what it is. I mean, he gives up runs every time he steps on the mound. So, it should be a high-scoring affair in that one. But I'm going to look at the Royals-Angels under full game in first 5. Really, the first 5 is the stronger of the two plays. If you want to take the bullpens out of the equation, it's just a situation where you have 2 pitchers who's pitching well. Surprisingly, Patrick Sandoval, he's been damn near dominant, in his last couple starts. Not giving up much, striking out batters in the whole 9. Seth Lugo, basically the same thing. So I say it might be a little pitcher's duel out there in Anaheim, so. Like I said, I like them full game in first 5 for the under.
There you go. Wayne.
Like my guy Brian said on that Texas-Colorado game, I love in the over on that one. Uranus definitely gonna get his ass blasted. Ty gonna get his ass blasted. We seem to go over yesterday, just from the bullpen alone, I think we get some runs early out of the starters, and the bullpen continues to get cranked from both sides. Y'all can take whatever side y'all want, but I love the over in that game. And San Fran Reds are on auto fade until further notice. They just been playing absolutely trash. I tried to catch that falling knife with them yesterday, and I was just devastated with how terrible they continue to play. San Fran's just been they're playing a little bit better, and I just trust their bats more in this spot. And I feel like Kyle Harrison is just going to continue to mow the Reds down. They can't hit worth the damn right now. And that Royals-Angels game, man, give me the Royals, man. And bounce back situation. I know Ron talked a little bit about their bullpen. Yes, they haven't been Royals bullpen hasn't been great as of lately, but they play good off a loss, and their bullpen answers on the road. This is a 500 team on the road. It's been doing good as a favorite. It's just not enough plus money for me to take a bad team like the Angels right now at home.
There you go. All right, fellas, last slot in Major League Baseball. Let's close her on down. Looks like I need to go to Academy right quick and buy a glove. The thing is, I ain't gonna lie, it's raining out here.
Jose Reyna is just misunderstood.
It's raining out here right now.
He's undervalued and misunderstood
by half a dozen teams in 4 years.
Look, he's not for everyone, but he's for us. I kind of like him.
Yeah, the skies are kind of dark out here right now, so there's a good. They might not even play this game.
He's got good stuff.
Might not play. We'll see if it clear up.
You don't last in the majors that long.
They just put the tarp on the field. Since Jay said that, they put the tarp on.
Did they really?
Yeah, they said. Jay said, "Oh, come on."
So we'll see. We'll see. Last section. Of course, I want to go to one more if I get out of here. All right, last slot. Let me get there. We got the Dodgers and the Padres, the A's and the Mariners, and the Braves and the Mets. Wayne's World, start us off.
Yeah, man, I'm going to rock with Seattle. I just don't love Alex Wood on the mound. I'm going to take the run line as there's really no value on the money line, but Athletics got a good win yesterday, but I'm loving Seattle on this spot. They play very well at home. Loving the pitching matchup. I know Castillo hasn't been great on the season, but we all know he has good stuff, and he plays most of the time his best baseball at home. So I'm ride with Seattle on that one, and don't really love this Dodgers matchup or this Braves matchup. So that's the only one in that slot.
There you go, Javon.
Yeah, I'm on the Mets. I'm on the Metropolitans. It's just a situation where I almost got no hit. JD Martinez, old friend of the Red Sox, former Red Sox. He blasted one to save the shutout and the no in the same swing. So I just think they bounced back in this one going up against Bryce Elder. They should be able to tag him for some runs, if they get to him early enough, probably get some long reliever that could give up a couple more runs in that one. Yeah, I know Luis Severino, it is what it is, but he strikes out batters, and he should have a pretty good start against the Braves in this spot.
There you go, Sean.
Yeah, I'll take a chance with the A's here today. Mariners just don't hit at home. They're 29th in home OPS this season, 26th over the last 7 days. They don't hit lefties particularly well. Their current lineup hasn't had much success against Alex Wood. And this A's team, we keep waiting for the bats to kind of cool off, but they're still, I believe, they're top 5 in OPS over the last week still. So, they still have a little life left in those bats. So we're looking at this price here today. I thought Mariners were set up well last night to really get to the A's pitching staff, but they couldn't do anything. They got one run. So I'll go with the A's. I'll take a chance with the A's here. The big plus money price here on Sunday.
Brett.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think the A's are actually a decent value play. Like Sean said, I mean, they're still hitting the ball. I think it was like an 8-1 game yesterday. So, I mean, these bats are alive. They hit the home run ball good. So getting those odds, might as well take a shot with it. And then I'm on the Braves. with this price tag. I mean, this Mets team, I just can't trust them. They're just so inconsistent at the plate. The Braves are starting to get a little hot. You know, they won 4 straight games. We look at the series with the Mets. The Mets have only dropped 3 runs in the first 2 games we saw. So just can't trust these bats against a loaded Atlanta Braves lineup. All it takes is 1 inning, and then taking the Mets to play, keep up being down a couple runs is just a death sentence there. So I'll take my chances with the Braves.
Brian B.
I like what Jovan had to say earlier about the Mets and Braves, but as far as my game goes, how can you not like the San Diego Padres on the money line? I mean, they're really dangling that carrot out there for the LA Dodgers at minus 115. Walker Buehler didn't look good in his first start back. Yu Darvish has been consistent last 2 starts. I'll take the Padres to get the series win here today.
I mean, I feel like you could kind of look at it the other way too. Like maybe they're trying to bait you onto them. Dodgers.
No, LA Dodger. Everybody bets the Dodgers. Bet the Dodgers. Bet the Yankees. They're all crazy.
Man, have you read the comments from the Roniacs recently?
Dodgers run line probably.
They're not for the faint of heart.
Friday night meltdown.
Fair. They're humping up.
Dodgers, Phillies,
Yankees.
Phillies soul, man.
Orioles. That's how Orioles.
Busted up a parlay.
Dodgers, man. Fixed. Vegas.
Roman Elliott.
Well, you know what? Call me Senor Square Brian Bittler, but I'm going to go with the Los Angeles Dodgers on the money line.
I'll call you Senor Square.
Right.
Give me, Buehler. He didn't pitch well, but it was a short outing. He still had 4 strikeouts in 4 innings, no walks. I'm not too worried about it. And Yu Darvish, I do love him. And Yu Darvish, this is going to be the 3rd time he's faced this Dodgers lineup. That is not easy to do. It's been less than 2 months now because he faced them in the Korea series, pitched pretty well in that game, but only went 3 2/3. Then he went 5 innings, 3 runs, a home run, 2 walks, only 2 Ks. Back on April 14th. This is the best lineup in baseball against righties, and you're facing a familiar starting pitcher. I just think it's a really tough spot for Darvish. And, yesterday the Padres facing James Paxton, who's a walking, expected ERA above 6, just gets shelled every outing. You get shut out. I can't go with San Diego there, so give me the Dodgers on the money line.
One for the people, man. It's for the people.
I'll ship him out of Dodgers jersey.
Foolish and lacks vision.
Captain Obvious done popped out. Oh, man.
Sending that hat to Ron.
Ruffalo, talk to me.
Yeah, the only one I feel like taking a shot on here are the Oakland A's. Castillo's been rolling in some of his recent starts, but the Oakland A's, some of the best numbers in baseball. I think it was Sean that mentioned it earlier. The best numbers in baseball against righties in the last few weeks. From Team OPS perspective, isolated power. So I think they can get some runs off Luis Castillo here. Alex Wood, had his ups and downs for sure, especially he's been getting beat up in spots this season. But I don't know. I just think that there's some value here. At least keep the game close. Take the plus 1.5. I'm going to go straight money line and take the A's here. Take a shot on it at around 2 times the money.
There you go, Mitch.
I just think it's odd that all these people that took Zach Wheeler, all are on the opposite side of Castillo, who is basically the same pitcher, facing a worse pitcher. I mean, Alex Wood is a 5.30 ERA guy. Braxton Garrett has top of the rotation stuff if he ever gets there, but he's still young and he has top of the rotation. Alex Wood is a 5.30 guy. I mean, he is what he is, and it's like there's nothing you can do about it. But I don't understand it because Castillo is a mid-2 ERA guy. Let's just face it. I mean, he can't hit it. His team never hits for him, but he never really gets to go up against Alex Wood either. He goes up against DeGrom is who he goes up against. And he goes up against Kershaw. He goes up against guys like that. So certainly an opportunity for the Mariners in this spot. And I think, why not, man? Minus 240. I think you lay just 2.5 or 3.5 runs. I mean, the A's, sitting there basically battling it out for the Mariners with the Mariners in the standings in the West. This is a big game for the Mariners. They need this one, and I think they get it. And I think they get it big. I think the bats wake up. I also love the Padres here against the Dodgers. Yesterday, I gave out the Padres to win the World Series at plus 5,500. I also like them to win the National League still. And I think Yu Darvish is a big piece of that equation. And Ron's right. The Dodgers have seen him 3 times this year. They also have seen him 380 times in his career because he's been around the block. He's a veteran. It's like just like they've seen him, he's seen them. And I think, advantage Darvish because he's just a better player than they are. And I think yesterday, you're right. Paxton, he mystified the Padres staff. And I think, when you look at the way the Padres, though, the way the Dodgers hit, it was really just one hit that undid them. It was really just one hit. It was 2 outs, right? Home run, grand slam. It was 2 outs. The problem was it was still 1-0. And when you score 0 runs, you ain't going to win. So that's, you can call it one shot, but it really wasn't that shot. It was the one run that they scored prior to that, which was the difference. But Walker Buehler, once again, this is a guy we're always going to get value betting against because, he's Walker Buehler, Cy Young Award winner, right? A couple of years ago. He's good. He's Walker Buehler. Ever since he's kind of like how Skeens came up, he got that same kind of, right? He got that same kind of treatment coming up. Him, Heaney, all these guys, they get that treatment before they ever throw a major league pitch. And Buehler was definitely the same treatment that Skeens got. But I think in this spot, I think the Padres are coming alive. 7-3 in their last 10 games, 21-21 overall. This is a team that is poised to go to the World Series, man. I think that they are one pitcher away, maybe 2, from being a serious contender. Darvish, Cease, Musgrove out of the 3 spot. Now you just have, Waldron. You have some problems there at the end of the rotation, but the Padres not afraid to make a deal. They're going to shore up that rotation. Imagine if they get a guy that they could put ahead of Musgrove there, move him down to the number 4 spot. Now you're really talking about a team cooking with gas. And of course, with the Rise leading off that batting order, much harder to pitch to guys when you got a runner on base, and he's always on base. I think that Padres value, and more value. I'm taking him here. I'm laying the reverse 1.5. And also fading Bryce Elder. I learned a lesson a long time ago, like 3 weeks ago, when Ron Romanelli said, man, the Dodgers are my best bet of the year. And Bryce Elder was pitching. And they hit so many home runs. It was like, oh man, it was like select a seat day, man. It was like, it looked like home run derby batting practice, man. It was like, holy shit. I couldn't believe that regular season game baseballs were getting hit that far. It's like normally like in home run derby, they hit these tape measure jobs because they know the lob's coming in. And in regular season games, it's like these line drives that go over the fence. But man, in that game, they were just like these moon blasts. Just like, kind of like the old Ken Griffey Jr. when he used to pose when he hit the home run, like those type of shots. Yeah.
The Bryce Harper bombs.
Hey, I gotta interject real quick. I want to give a shout out to myself for backing James Paxton again. 2-0 backing my guy James Paxton, old Red Sox. So
quit while you're ahead.
I'd quit while you're ahead.
I know.
Ain't gonna last long.
It's like Joe Vaughn's NHL record on the site. He was 1-0 there for a while. He went back in, he dipped below, and then he snuck a couple in. We won't see another NHL pick from him.
Right. Not until next year around the same time. Yeah. So it's kind of like blackjack. If you're up, you better quit while you're ahead.
Cold-blooded, man. That's what they call that. It's like blackjack. You hit a couple hands, man. It's like they go to the shuffle. Cash me out. Cold-blooded.
I don't love this slot. I'll end the day taking the Braves, though. Give me the Braves fading the overvalued, overrated ass Mets. At this price, sign me up. It's,
Clearly, Google Bryce Elder versus Dodgers and see if you can watch any of that video. It was, oh my God.
Yeah, I don't love it. And I do get the home team Sunday night baseball angle. I get that angle too. I don't know. I lean Braves though.
3.1 innings, 7 hits, 4 walks, 3 bombs, 71 pitches.
What are you selling today, my guy Wayne Scott?
Got a good baseball card today. Got 5 plays in the MLB. Really loving this card. And 1 play in the NBA. I got all 3 of those in a 3-pack for you guys on straight MLB. And I have my last two with an NBA play in another 3-pack. So I do have all my plays out there for sale. Those that don't like the 3-packs and just want my best bet, have my best NBA bet out there for you guys and my best MLB bet for you guys. Always look to join long term. Grabbing them long term, you can get these plays early and before the line beats. So you can pair me up with one of these top guys you see on the show, and I continue to get you guys some cash, and let's rock out today.
Yes, sir. And AJ, that did just happen. Rockies did switch out Dakota Hudson for Ty.
Ty Block's pitching.
It may be an opener. I will say it might be an opener for like a couple innings, and then they bring in Hudson because Block is not really a guy that can go deep into games. Maybe 2-3 innings, but we'll see.
Because Urena is, man. Urena's a gamer. He's going to be putting screws to him.
Jovan, what are you selling today, my man?
Yeah, right now I got a 3-pack going in the MLB. I have 6 plays in the I will have 6 plays. No, I have 5 up on the board right now. Also have 2 standalones for the Eastern Conference and Western Conference semifinal games, but I'm thinking about a total also. So stay tuned for that. Might have a 3-pack in the NBA. So and I'm possibly gonna have 9 plays and all. So check something out long term. I like how it sets up for the MLB today. I tell you that much. So yeah, stay tuned.
Stay tuned. Hop on with Jovan over at Pick Dogs Premium. Sean, talk to me, my man. What you selling today?
Yeah, I've got 3 plays on the go today. We swept the 3-pack yesterday, so look to do the same today. We've got 1 NBA, 1 NHL, and 1 MLB. So looking for the 3-0 day, and again, the 3-day pass, 7-day pass, 30-day pass. They're all on there. So that's your best bet.
Hop on with Sean over at Pick Dogs Premium. Brad, been having a great year. Talk to me.
Yes, sir. Looking to keep it going. Got a 3-pack on the site today. It's my best NBA play of the day. And I got 2 MLB plays as well. So check that out. But definitely the long-term passes is where the value at, or team me up with any of these guys on the show, and we'll cash you in.
There you go. Hop on with my guy Brad at Pick Dogs Premium. Brian, he's been putting it together the last couple of days, trying to keep the momentum rolling forward. What you selling today, my man?
Yep, after that, a horrible start to the month of May. I'm starting to heat up. 3-2 Friday, 4-1 Saturday. I got a huge card today. My best bet is my titanium play. $25 over at pickdogs.com. 97, 67, and 1. 59% last, 165 on those best bets. Or get all 3 of my best bets in my Get Out the Broom 3-pack for $50 at pickdogs.com.
Hop on with Brian B. Pick Dogs Premium. Romanelli, selling today.
Yeah, I got 3 different individual picks. I got my rundown best bet. We hit another one yesterday with the Tampa Bay Rays in the blowout. Looking to do it again on a plus money selection. Got my MLB barking dog, one of my favorite underdog plays. And then my top play in the NBA. Having a great NBA season. Not really my forte in recent years, but I've kind of changed my handicapping style in the NBA. It's worked well. So looking to cash another postseason play there. And I'll see you guys soon. I'm going to have to be leaving now. But happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there, and good luck.
Yes, sir. Anything on the card remaining for you want to talk about before you get out of here? You got a parlay?
I would say in the NBA, and my favorite free play would be the under in that Knicks Pacers game.
Lower scoring game, Sans Romanelli. Appreciate you joining us, my man. We'll catch the rundown, and we'll see you on Hawk Romanelli Wednesdays, even though it's no Hawks.
See you later.
Ruffalo, what you selling today, my man?
I got my $19 pickoff play. Got hit hard with the Royals yesterday, but looking to bounce back, finish the week strong. I got that as part of my MLB triple play, my 3-pack for the day, and I'm also going to have an NBA play on the board as well. Just got to put it up for sale. Number 3 on the MLB leaderboard right now, so just hoping to keep that rolling forward and have another good solid day on the base pass. So looking forward to it. So make sure you check out that long-term pass as well, and use that promo code PICK at checkout.
Hop on with Chris Ruffalo, smashing the books in baseball. Wayne, I meant to say Wayne is smashing the books in baseball too. He is. He's absolutely murdering it. Mitch, your style not for everybody, but it is a money-making style. Talk to us. What you selling today?
Yeah, rough day yesterday at the office in baseball. It seemed that all those 1-run games and everything like that, just everything went against me, and that's going to happen. But as Jay said, my style, while a lot of people call, playing big favorite safe bets, I call playing the dog safe bets, because when you win you win plus money. When you lose even money, and certainly adds up over the long haul. I think, yesterday, I got to say, I was a little thin on my research. I didn't absolutely feel as strong as the picks, and even had a couple in there that I kind of regretted. But today, I love my plays, and I bet them all heavily myself. So check them all out. I got a rare 5-pack in MLB, my first 5-pack of the season. I also have my top play of the day, which, despite my horrible day yesterday, I still cashed yesterday with the Brewers on the run line at, once again, plus money. With that 3-run home run down 3-2, had it all the way. The thing is also, I'm still on the fence. I'm thinking about running a Become a Capper contest here at Pick Dogs. I know we didn't do one at the end of the year, but I'm thinking about starting one. It won't be this week, but it might start on the following Monday. Is what I'm going to talk. I'm going to talk to the guys after the show, but I think we're going to do a special way of promoting it. And I think that part of it will be tied into our live show. So I think it'll be fun doing it that way. And I think it'll definitely add something to the show. And I think, we found some of our best cappers and out there doing it this way. I don't believe in going to all the other websites and finding all these stale old cappers with that same old game of the month bullshit. I would rather find all these young guys like Jay Briggs, finding Jovan that way. Found Wayne that way. Ruffalo and Brad just showed up, but we're welcome. The door was open for them, and of course, Sean was introduced to us by Al McMorty. But outside of that, man, a lot of the cappers on the site are just not guys that were on other sites or anything like that. And I agree with all the people out there that write me every single day. I should give more opportunities to people, and I think we will have other opportunities because I have a few acquisitions in the works that are for some smaller sites out there that you guys know of. And I think there'll be good opportunities for you guys. But I think at the same time, if you got it, you got it, man. And it's like, we always welcome, if you can bring it. I mean, anyone could, when people send me tickets, to me, what that means is you're really good at throwing tickets on the floor. It's like, well, here's my winners. But where's the rest of them, man? You got to show the complete body of work, right? Not just your winning tickets, And I think that's what the contest definitely does. So I'm excited about it. And I think it's time. We did not do one, this year at the end of the year. So it's been about 1.5 years since we've done one. I think it's going to be winner take all, though. Normally we try and find some other diamonds in the rough, but I think we might do a winner take all and then a contingency where if the winner doesn't work out, we go down the list that way. Jay, what do you think? Because you and Jovan both second place finishers.
I know. Hold on, I can't even fix the screen. There we go. I think it's a great idea.
I think it's a good time of year to do it, though, because it's not football. And it's like football, I think people come out of the woodwork, I want to be a handicapper. And during NFL and college football, everyone wants to be a handicapper. And I think, who doesn't, right? But it's like you're in the grind of the playoffs of basketball, some of the hardest handicapping out there. The NHL playoffs, some of the toughest handicapping out there. And Major League Baseball, a quarter of the way into the season, and this is just a different animal. I think this month, and then this way we'll have the new site launch around the All-Star break, around July 1st between July 1st and the All-Star break. It'd be a great time to bring on another new capper.
I like the idea. We could talk about it. I like it.
I mean, we just got Kirk, he's getting there, getting there.
For sure.
Yeah. So it's like, why not? I mean, the thing is also people contact me all the time to be cappers on the sites. It's like, I could find people that pick games and win games pretty easily. But here at Pick Dogs, we do things a little differently. I mean, we don't have any guys on our website that you guys don't see in front of the camera. We have one who hasn't been on camera yet. We called him from the show, and we're going to get him on. I don't give a shit. I think it's time.
Jay Yang.
Yeah. Shout out.
Shout out Jay Yang, man. For sure, I like the idea. I like it. We'll talk about it. For me, for sale today, off a 3-0 day, man. That was a nice 3-0 day. I ain't had one of them in a minute. So y'all know what that means. There's a heater coming down the pipeline. That's how I operate. That's how I've been trying to keep it rolling. Best thing to do with me is to hop on long term right now. I have NBA in there for you guys. And I'm waiting on some news for this baseball game that I love. I really love today. So it might be in there, it might not. But I for sure got NBA in there for y'all, as always. Let's keep it rolling. Speaking of NBA, let's go to the National Basketball Association. We got an early start time where we got the Indiana Pacers and the New York Knicks going at it. 1:30 start time here in Denver. Pacers laying 5.5 down 2-1. Look, I'm on the Pacers. I'm gonna lay the 5.5. When I look at the Pacers in the postseason, home is where they've been dominant. They did win the last game, failed to cover at 7.5-point favorites. But when I look at this series as a whole, they've had leads in every game. They had the 10-point lead in game 2, got cheated in game 1 off the illegal screen. This is do or die for Indiana. We saw the Knicks win this game 4 in Philadelphia last round to send it back to New York, and then they ultimately closed them out. But the Pacers, man, they have a legitimate home court advantage over there. Like, I don't know if y'all really watching these games. The Pacers, bro, they're a good team. I said from the start of the series, this is a 50-50 series. I did not think that the Knicks were just head and shoulders better than the Pacers like many people thought. I think that the injuries and the fatigue are starting to catch up to the Knicks at this current spot in the postseason. Hart, look how many minutes Hart has played in the playoffs, man. Like, these guys, they're not Iron Man. You know what I mean? It starts to take a toll on your body, bro. I think this thing goes 2-2 heading back to New York. I think this is a 7-game slobber knocker style series between two young teams trying to establish themselves in their respective conference. Halliburton has showed up here recently in the series after not showing up early. Brunson has gotten his. He's a dog. Nothing much to say there. It's just when I look at these two teams, I think the best player on the floor is Jalen Brunson, but I think the better team is the Pacers, and the Knicks compete a lot with energy and effort. And at this late stages in the postseason, I don't know if that's enough to get this done, especially on the road with how dominant the Pacers have been at home in the postseason. I'm on Indiana here. I think it's 2-2. I'll lay the points. Mitch?
I'm on the Pacers as well. I didn't like the way the Knicks looked last game. I think that even though the Knicks covered, I thought the Pacers came closer to covering the game than the Knicks ever did to winning it. Even when the Knicks got to the lead, it was short-lived every single time. I think you can't really count on DiVincenzo for 35 points. And what we saw from Brunson last game was a lot like we saw from Jason Tatum last night, where he got some points because he took a million shots. And it's like you can't go 10 of 26 from the floor and 2 of 6 from beyond the arc. And it's not going to help your team all that much. And it's like that's what we saw from Tatum last night. It was almost the exact same stat line, except I think Tatum's numbers were actually even worse than that, except for he scored more points, but his shooting percentages were also horrifically low, like 20%. And I think, when you see that and it's like, without a newbie, like Jay said, normally I don't think that these guys wear down. I think the NBA are the best athletes in the world. I do. And it's because they run the benches are not as deep as most of the other sports where you have 50, 60 guys and you switch out guys here and there. These guys are running back and forth for 48 minutes, man. Give it a shot sometime and see how it goes for you. These guys are just tremendous athletes, but it does have to wear on you because the playoffs is a physical style of game, and it just is a little bit more banging going on because the refs, they put the whistle in the pocket a little bit more. I'm not saying it's been even, but I think that you need everything that you got, and without everything that they got, I think that the Knicks on the road here in trouble. Anunoby will be back next game, they're saying. So, certainly something to watch for. They need the help. They need it bad, and we're going to see today. I'm going to take the Pacers.
There you go.
Plus, Alec Burks just not getting the minutes that they need, from the Knicks.
You love you some Burks. Ruffalo.
Yeah, I'm gonna stick with what I did in game 3. I think Pacers win. I think Knicks cover. I have a feeling it's going to be a close series throughout. The Knicks, despite all the injuries they've had, just keep finding themselves in these, clutch time games where they're just tight games late. Yeah, they did have a chance to win that game. They also were down by double digits, like you said, multiple times in that one as well, and they still found a way to rally and come back. It's going to be a game of runs. I think it's going to be close to the very end. So give me the Knicks and the points. I think like I said, I think Pacers win. I think it goes to 2-2, but I think the Knicks cover.
Fair enough. Sean?
Yeah, I'm on the Pacers. I think they win this game by double digits. Kind of to what Mitch was saying there. I think the Knicks are just, look forward to get back home for Game 5. They're not going to get a 2-day rest break or anything like that, but I think the pressure is kind of off the Pacers a little bit now. I felt like they came out a little tight there last game. Never really came close to – ended up winning by 5, but it never really felt like they were going to get that cover in that game. But I think they came out loose here today now that they got that win under their belts. I think they play much better today. And you look at Indiana this year off an ATS loss. They're 29-12 against the spread in their next game. And when coming off back-to-back ATS losses, they're 9-2 covering the number. So I'll lean on that here today. I'll go Pacers minus the points.
Brian B., talk to me.
Yeah, I got to say, it's kind of like the Twilight Zone. I agree with everything that Mitch said. Jay, Sean, I just think the Pacers are the play, even though they didn't look great in Game 3. This is a must-have game for them here, and I think it's a double-digit win. I'll take Indiana. I'm playing the points. I do think the totals in both these NBA games are the stronger play as far as premiums go.
There you go. Brett.
Yep, give me the Pacers all day here. I mean, this Knicks team without OG Anunoby it's just a different team. They were 20-3 with OG Anunoby in the lineup in the regular season and 30-29 without him. So until he comes back, I'm not taking the Knicks at all. And then Dante DiVincenzo put up 35 points in that Game 3, and they still lost. I don't see him replicating a game like that again. Knicks all day here, or not Knicks, Pacers all day here.
Joe Vaughn.
Yeah, the first quarter, keep on riding that for the Indiana Pacers. They come out, basically shot out of a cannon in their last game, and I expect the same thing in this one. So you could do first quarter, you could do first half as well, and I would say if they're up enough, you could go right back in the third quarter, and bang on the Knicks. To kind of reel them in if they're down enough, but that's contingent on how the game's playing out. So that's how I would play this game.
There you go.
Because one of the things about the Pacers is that them being a young team who's a bad defensive team, they even bad right now, defending a 3-point shot, which they have been decent at. It just makes for them not being able to hold these leads, these big leads that they've been having. So, like I said, contingent on how this game plays out in the first half, but rock with the Knicks, if they're down a substantial amount on the third quarter.
Wayne.
Yeah, man. Hate to come on here and agree with everybody, but everybody had excellent points, and I'm with all that. I'm with both of these teams rocking out at home. Very great home court atmosphere. You can see that with their home court record. Both teams winning 30 to 30 plus wins on the season. And I agree with Mitch wholeheartedly on the fatigue, man. I don't care what you do. You got a 9-to-5 football, basketball. I don't care how many PEDs, massages you take. We're all human, and playing that many minutes the way these guys do, lacking the depth to sub these guys out, I think it just catches up with the Knicks at home. Also, like the fact that the Indiana does have the depth, and I like the guys that are coming off the bench for them, like Ben Shepherd. He hasn't really got loose, but I think they're up in his minutes. I think he comes in and gives them quality minutes. This guy at Belmont had a mid-range that was crazy. I just can't wait to see him start getting unleashed more in this game. But I like Indiana to come out here and smack the Knicks.
I'm coming right back to you, Wayne. We got the Nuggets and the T-Wolves. T-Wolves minus 3.5-point favorites here. How you see this one?
Yeah, I know a lot of people probably feel like the Nuggets coming tied up, but I don't see it, man. I'm gonna ride with Minnesota, man. I like the home court advantage. I know they didn't utilize it the game before that, but I just love this team's defense. I feel like the veteranship off the bench is the difference. Does the Nuggets have a good bench? Yeah, they do, but there's just a younger bench. I think guys like Najee Reed, Anderson, these guys want it. These guys come off the bench looking like starters. Gordon's really a guy where you can just plug defensively for the Nuggets, but I don't think he can hold Edwards, and I don't think he's a good matchup to try to defend Town. So he's really like kind of lost out there when they try to do what they normally did with Gordon. You got to respect the Nuggets offensively. You got to respect the Nuggets fight, but I'm going to roll with Minnesota in this one, minus the points.
Javon?
Yeah, for this one, I'm going to look to the first quarter again, and I'm going to roll with the Minnesota Timberwolves in this one. As far as the first quarter goes, adjustments, they're the key to, how these series go. So they got smacked in the mouth in game 3, but I think that to start this game that they're going to come out, not to say guns blazing, but they're going to play with a greater sense of urgency and intensity on the defensive end. So I would take the Minnesota Timberwolves first quarter specific and take the under with it. It's going to be one of those slow, methodical games. These teams are going to feel each other out. The Denver Nuggets can't run with the Wolves, and you saw what they did. They was slow, methodical, and in the first quarter, especially, what they did in that last game was take it possession by possession. You know what I mean? They got quality shots, quality looks, and made those shots. So I like the Minnesota Timberwolves first quarter, and I like the under first quarter.
There you go. Brett?
Yeah, I'm gonna. This series has been tough to read, but I'm gonna go with the Timberwolves in this one. In that game 3, it just looked like a classic scenario where the Timberwolves just came in just a little bit too comfortable after those 2 wins in Denver, and Denver played like they needed to. It was a do or die game, but I think Minnesota comes out and looks similar to what they looked like in the beginning of the series, as well as Denver. I mean, they were shooting lights out. They were making some wild shots in that game. It's hard to replicate that performance. So I'll take my chances with the home team only laying the 2.5 here.
Brian?
I think I really like the under here. I agree with everything that Jovan had said. I think for the Denver Nuggets to be successful in this one, they need to make Minnesota play their style play, slow the game down, limit the possessions, and I think you'll see a ton of guys on the over 204.5 here because the number's so low. But I think the smart play is the under. I think first team to 100 wins it.
Sean?
Yeah, I'm going to be one of those guys on the over in this one. I think the number is a little low. I think it's the adjustments here on the T-Wolves to make after they only got 71 shots off last game. So I think they pushed the pace a little bit here, and the over. So it's a long-term winner with the Nuggets playing on the road as an underdog. I'll stick with that here. Not a strong opinion on this total, but I'll go over the number.
There you go. Roof Lope?
Yeah, I'm going to take the Timberwolves here. I think it's just a nice bounce back spot for them. I think that was kind of the wake up call they needed after pretty much coasting through the first few games of the playoffs and just blowing everybody away. You don't want to give Denver the momentum of going back home where they've played their best basketball, best of 3. I think this is a just sense of urgency spot from the Timberwolves here. Try to go up 3-1. Give themselves a little bit of a safety net here. So give me the Timberwolves in this one.
Mitch?
I like the Timberwolves, but I could easily in game and go the other way because I need to see a few things from the Timberwolves in order for me to be convinced that they're going to get it done. Number one is they shot way better from beyond the arc in game 1 and 2, 41 and 39%, and then dropped all the way to 30% in game 3 when the Nuggets hit almost 50%. They were one shot below 50% from beyond the arc in game 3. And that really was the difference. Also, Karl Anthony Towns in game 2 had 27 points. And then last game out, he was minus 32 in his plus minus. I mean, we're getting into the scoot range there. And, Edwards was in that same area, in the minus 32 as well. And, Edwards was just 1 of 5 from the perimeter in game 3. And Karl Anthony Towns doesn't even shoot from the inside anymore at all. He's just a 3-point shooter is all he does. I mean, he's too big to just do that. And I think if the inside stuff is there, he should be taking advantage of it. And he should find those matchups. And if you let Jamal Murray beat you, you sure as hell don't even deserve to be in the playoffs to begin with. And, it's something we've said about the Timberwolves plenty over the years. So it's a lean to the Timberwolves, but I might be in gaming the other way.
The play is the Nuggets, fam. Short, sweet, simple. I don't know where all this Timberwolves love came from.
Well, game 1 and game 2, man. That's where it comes from.
Okay, let's go down the path, bro. Let's just
49% from beyond the arc in game 3, and they ain't gonna do that again.
I understand all of that, but this is still a young Minnesota team that hasn't done anything. They haven't done a damn
thing. Towns and Gobert aren't young. I mean, they've been around.
But they haven't done a damn thing.
Oh, no, they haven't done anything.
So where the
that part you got.
So where
they won twice on the road.
Let me get it out. Let me get it all out.
Yeah, but what about the rest of the body of work? I think is where he's going here.
I'm gonna get there. Let me get it all out.
The other 68 combined years.
Let me get it all out, and then I want you guys to come back and rebuttal. I'm still on the same shit that I've been on with this Timberwolves team the last 2 seasons, fam. They are the house of disappointment. Short, sweet, simple. I don't know when y'all gonna believe me when I tell y'all that. When the hype get too real for the Minnesota Timberwolves, it is time to run the other way as fast as you possibly can. This is a team, a franchise that has never done anything. I like Anthony Edwards. He's an up-and-coming star in this league. But just like everybody else, you have to learn to win in this league. You have to learn to win. Everybody's learned to win. All the greatest, they had to learn to win. They stole the first 2 in Denver. Hats off to them. But when I look at these 2 teams, man, the Nuggets, what are they? The last 2 seasons, fam. Like y'all just looking them off like they're not 21-7 in the postseason last 2 years combined. The Timberwolves last 3 seasons, they're 9-9 in the playoffs. That's what they are. That's who they are. I think last game was more indicative of how the series is going to be. I thought the T-Wolves just punched them in the mouth the first 2 games. But if you think the T-Wolves are going to close out the Nuggets in quick fashion, you're sadly mistaken. It's not happening. This team has to learn to win. They have to grow together. They are growing together. I do like their defensive intensity, but the Nuggets are the better basketball team. They have been that. You know what I mean? It's just that simple, bro. Jokic is the best player on the floor. It's not even close. I love Anthony Edwards.
You don't put stock in those 2 games, though? You just think it was luck?
No, it wasn't luck. They were good wins, but y'all are acting like this is the Suns here. This is the defending champions, the Denver Chicken Nuggets. You know,
they're better than the Suns.
10 times better than the Suns. I give the Timberwolves complete credit for sweeping the Suns. But I've been calling the Suns fraudulent all season. I never thought that they were going to do anything. So that's why I'm not in love with Minnesota like everybody else is. I'm just not in love with them. They have to prove it to me. Denver 4-1 these boys last year. Denver smacked them up in Minnesota last year. They just aired them out by 30 or whatever it was. Like, I don't know, man. I'm not counting on Towns, Gobert, and company, fam. If given the choice, this line is short for a reason, too. I'm on the Nuggets, fam. I'm on the Nuggets. I think the Nuggets are still a better team. I still think the Nuggets win the series, on all honesty.
I think it goes 7 or 6. I'm not one of them guys that thinks Minnesota's just going to come out here and wash them, but I do think that the value's on Minnesota in this game right here. I think the Nuggets come back and get back right next game, but this game right here, I think Minnesota has an excellent shot to win this, just off the defense alone, and then the fact that they're almost just as good offensively.
No, they're not. Defensively, I'll give you that edge. But offensively, bro, the Nuggets are far and away the better team. And if you know what I mean? When you just look at the T-Wolves scoring here in the postseason, the key here, this is the $1 million question. Do the Minnesota Timberwolves hold the Nuggets under 100 points? When they hold the Nuggets under 100 points, they're 100% successful. They're 100% successful when they hold them over 100. When the Nuggets get over 100, they win every time against the T-Wolves. So I want you to look at me here in this camera and tell me that the Nuggets are not scoring 100 today, because I don't see it happening. The boys was clicking on all cylinders the other game. I'm taking
I don't know. I've had my fingers on the pulse of this series, before, and last week, before game 1 started, I was on Minnesota. I said Minnesota in 7. So this is kind of going not the way that I expected as far as like game for game. Even though I've been correct on each game in this series, but as far as like straight up, I didn't think there would be 2-1 Minnesota. But with that said, they present matchup problems for Denver that Denver finally, flipped the script on them with their backs against the wall. So this is a pivotal game for, really both teams.
This is the series.
I would say.
And to me, Jovan, this is the series. This game decides the series. If Timberwolves win today, they win the series. If Nuggets win today, the Nuggets are winning the series. That's how I see it.
I mean, I wouldn't go that far, even with it being 2. Like I said Minnesota in 7. So regardless of how this one plays out, I think this is going to 7. If it's 2-2 anyway. So if it's 3-1, then I would say it's it might.
Oh
be.
Man, now
even though Denver has come back from a 3-1 deficit before, So in my opinion, I think this one's gonna be because the first 3 games were blowouts. I think that either this game or the next game is gonna be one of those dog fights, down to the wire type games. Really,
I get it. I see the Nuggets winning here. I see the Nuggets winning in Game 5 because after dropping 2, that might be my biggest bet of the season. Nuggets next game at home. Oh my God, that is such a lock. And then Timberwolves probably respond Game 6. And if you're taking Minnesota in Denver in a Game 7, good luck to you. Good luck to you. Is how I see it shaking out. So all the pressure on the world today is on Minnesota. And we know what happens when Minnesota has pressure on them. Pressure busts pipes. We'll see if I'm right. But I'm on the defending champ.
I think the pressure's on the defending champs. Really.
Nah, I don't think so. It's on Minnesota. You can't steal 2-0 and then come back and lose 0-2. You can't.
Oh no, I would say Game 1 they stole the game. Game 2 they. What do you call that? I mean, it wasn't a stealing. It was a hey, listen, buddy, I got something for you. Come around this corner.
All the pressure on the world is on the T-Wolves. Kind of like for Vegas in hockey. When they went up 2-0 on Dallas and Dallas came back to Vegas and punched them in the mouth, we knew what time it was then. You know what I mean? If you are the young, unexperienced team trying to knock off, you know what I mean? You have to. This is a must-win for Minnesota. This is as must-win gets, in my opinion. If they lose this, the series is over. I'm sorry. That's how I see it. Must-win. And on the Twitter, I get the Anthony Edwards angle. He lost his mom. I've been seeing people talk about they finna go crazy on Mother's Day. I don't see it. Everybody trying to go crazy. It's the playoffs. So there's that too. I thought I'd throw that in there for y'all. We'll see. We shall see. Let's go to hockey. We got Panthers, Bruins, Oilers, Canucks. I'll lean Bruins at home at the crib to tie it up 2-2. I'm not betting it for real. But, back up against the wall, 2-2, looking to respond at home, must-win game. Must-win game for the Bruins. Cannot afford to fall down 3-1 heading back to Florida. So must-win for the Bruins, getting plus money. I'll be there. And I'm on the Canucks that whole series. If I don't, the pricing is what it is for me in that series. Edmonton is not minus 195 favorites over the Canucks, bro. Stop it. Game 1, they shouldn't have been favored. Canucks stole it. Game 2, it took it all the way down to the wire overtime to pull it out. So what suggests here that the Edmonton is minus 195? No. The Canucks were the better team over the course of the season. Edmonton is like the fucking Yankees of baseball. They're just overrated, overvalued every day. That's how I see it. I'm on the Canucks plus money. 50-50 game. Anything for you in hockey, Mitch?
Yep, Panthers puck line and the Canucks money line.
Ruffalo.
Yeah, Panthers puck line for me as well. I said Panthers in 4. I was wrong. Panthers in 5.
They're clearly asserting their will.
If there's a spot for the Bruins to come out and try to get their name back out there, it was going to be in Game 3, but they got punched in the mouth and had no answer. And I don't think they will here. I think the Panthers just come out absolutely smoke them once again. So give me Florida. I'm going to take the Canucks as well. I'm going to split between the +1.5 and the money line. I think there's great value on the money line as well. Like you said, this is still one of the best teams in the NHL, team that won the Pacific Division, and catching +160 with them still. So I'll take that there. But I mean, the first 2 games of this series have been 1-goal games, one needed overtime as well. So give me the Canucks as well.
There you go, Sean, Mr. Canada. Talk to me.
Yeah, I don't love either of these games today. Actually, but if I had to pick the sides, I'd go both home teams. I think the Bruins. Answer back tonight. Panthers are going to win the series. I think the Bruins get one back though tonight. And Oilers Canucks. Yeah, the prices haven't been. That is a pretty steep price with the Oilers, but I do think they come back home and get it done here after that game the other night where they dominated the third period and ended up winning in overtime. So I'd go both home teams tonight.
There you go. Brian B., you've been fairly hot the last couple months in hockey. Talk to him.
I like the Florida Panthers on the money line in that matchup. And then I'll take Vancouver Canucks plus the 1.5 and eat that -150. First 2 games, like Chris said, 1-goal games. I think Edmonton at the end, ends up winning this game by a goal. So I'll take the +1.5. I think Vancouver has a shot to win it, though. So I'll take the 1.5 here.
There you go. Brad, talk to me. Any hockey?
Yep. Yeah, I'll take the Panthers in this one. After that brutal game 1, they've bounced back, and I think they keep it going. This series is over. Florida Panthers all day.
Damn, y'all see that? I do not see that Bruins series like that. I don't.
They're beating the shit out of them. I mean, they beat the dog shit out of them twice in a row.
It's 2-1 though.
Yeah, but look at the goals, man.
5-1
last game. Ever since the guy got punched in the face, man, they haven't done anything.
Yeah, I get it. I guess.
The only hockey I've seen all season.
The Bruins bouncing back today, Are them Bruins bouncing back, Jovan?
I mean, if there's a spot where the Bruins should bounce back, is this one. But the problem is that unlike the history of the Bruins, these last couple seasons with the Bruins, they're just not tough enough. They're not the big bad Bruins that that has been their staple throughout their franchise. So it's just one of those things where they don't have a.
Well, it's May and they're going home. This pretty much has been the story of the franchise.
But this is what I'm saying. I mean, at least they could whip your ass while they're losing. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's just who the Bruins have been. And they don't have who's the latest guy that to come and take the gloves off and lay fist to face. It's a Daniel Chara. They don't have that guy. You know what I mean? They got Parsonage getting his face kicked and beat in. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, this is one of those things where you would say, like years past, you would say, okay, it's a spot like this, like on the ice, you see it, in these last 2 series, the pressure's been put on Swayman in his defense. They can't get enough shots on goal. They're constantly, not in their zone. That the other teams in their zone, putting the pressure on them, and it's just basically like the chickens are coming home to roost. As far as like these shots that Swayman's giving up. So it's gonna be a tough sell for the Bruins, but this is a spot for the Bruins. I just don't know if I mean, they don't have the talent that the Panthers have. That's for sure.
I love my spots. I love my situations, man. I love playing them, and I got to play the Bruins here. If they lose, it's over. We know that. So this is the must win.
It's over.
This is the must win. Wayne.
Nothing for today. A little home cooking for tomorrow. I like for the Carolina Panthers to salvage the series and get a win. A light favorite price for them, but I definitely think they can fight with the Rangers. We've seen 2 overtime games. We've seen them actually in the lead for majority of these games and just give it up late. I think they have the more experience in these situations. I just think they can spread the series out a little more.
Fair enough. All right, fellas, that brings us to parlay time. Parlay. Mitch.
I'm going to go with the Marlins, the White Sox, and the Texas Rangers run line.
Float.
let's go with the White Sox, Astros, and the Yankees.
Sean.
I'll go Astros-Tigers under with the Red Sox-Nationals under.
Brian.
Take the San Diego Padres on the money line, Miami Marlins plus 1.5, and the Wolves-Nuggets under 204.5.
Brad.
I got a safe parlay for you guys today. Give me the Panthers money line and the Pacers money line.
Jovan.
We're gonna go with Minnesota Twins. Twins, Blue Jays over. Phillies minus 2.5 at least. And Phillies, Marlins over. 4-teamer.
Wayne.
Gonna go with the Cubbies. Going with the Mariners. You can lay the run line on that one, and I'll take Minnesota money line on this one too.
Blue Jays money line. Rangers money line. Nuggets money line. Canucks money line. 4-teamer. I think that should pay pretty well. See if we can get it done. That's been the show, fellas. Money Making Sunday. We appreciate each and every one of you that continue to tune in and join us. We have plenty of content for you guys every single day. Mitch's 7 picks in 5 minutes, plus all the videos he goes through every single game, every single day, where he splits it with the guy next to him, Ruffalo. You can catch the wraparound with Ruffalo every single day as he breaks down hockey. It's coming down to the end, man. So make sure y'all show Ruffalo some love for the amazing hockey season that he has given y'all. Sean, plenty of great content coming from him. Catch all his stuff over at Pick Dogs Premium. Brian B, he has his video series up on the channel every day. He gives you guys a free pick. Make sure you tune in with Brian B and hop on with him at Pick Dogs Premium. Brad has 2 shows here at Pick Dogs. He does the Nerfies and the Yerfies and the First Fives. So hop on with Brad as he continues to cook that up. And Jovan, he does the parlay video for us on the shorts. Catch Jovan in his shorts every day, most of the days, and you can catch him usually on the drive-through a lot with Tony T, Monday through Friday. You can catch most of us with Tony T Monday through Friday in the afternoon, and you can catch Wayne as well there a lot of the times too. And Wayne has some video content that he's been doing recently as well. So, and of course, you guys can continue to watch my jam session as we try to continue to cook up this NBA playoffs. We'll be back tomorrow. Me, Mitch, Chris, and K Diddy in the morning. See y'all then. Money Making Sunday. Appreciate all y'all, man. We out here. Peace.